Okay, I'd love you to talk a bit about contraception, though. Like, why is contraception so bad anyway? There might be a woman out there who has, irregular heavy periods, and maybe the doctor tells her to get on, the birth control pill or something like that.
Well, there's nothing morally wrong for being on it for medical reasons. I mean, 4 doctors in a row told my wife she needs the pill. This is back when we were engaged. Terrible cramps, irregular cycle. She needs to be on the pill. And I said, look, I know this doctor in Nebraska, Dr. Thomas Hilgers. Let's go talk to him. I asked him, like, how many girls need the pill for medical reasons? He said, thankfully, virtually none. We have all the treatments in medicine today. It's just lazy gynecology. You're treating a symptom. You're not treating a disease. Mm-hmm. And so it's almost like if you had a headache every day, and I'm like, oh, here, 5 aspirin. You're good. You're cured.
Yeah.
Well, how come if I take away the 5 aspirin, my headache comes back? You're not curing a disease. You're curing a symptom.
Yeah.
You're just treating that. And so he took care of her in one day. And she was perfectly healed and never came back. Endometriosis. And, it involved charting of the cycle and learning, okay, what does she need here? And so there's so many other alternatives. So I recommend to people, like, go to naprotechnology.com. You can go to One More Soul. It's omsoul.com, soul.com. And they have a pro-life directory. Find another physician, get a second opinion. And because most women don't want to be on it. Because when a woman goes on the birth control pill, what I find, they don't know how it works. They have no idea that when you take a pill, it goes in, it digests, and what you're digesting are synthetic pregnancy hormones that enters into your circulatory system through your digestive system. It goes into your brain, and it tells your pituitary gland, you, ma'am, are pregnant. So that tells your ovaries, it inhibits ovulation. So that way, because when you're pregnant, you don't ovulate, and so it shuts down your ovaries. But what happens is the guy who invented it realized that when women are on the pill, they never have a period. And they're not going to like that. It's not going to feel natural because they think they're pregnant every day of the month on these synthetic pregnancy hormones. So I said, here's what we'll do. We'll give them synthetic pregnancy hormones for 3 weeks, and then we'll give them placebo, blank, or sugar pills for a week, which are just, there's nothing in them. Nowadays, they've added some vitamins in it to make up for the vitamin deficiencies caused by the other hormones, but basically nothing in these other ones. So you think you're pregnant for 3 weeks, then you hit the blank pills, and your brain says, oh, I'm not pregnant, I had a miscarriage. And you bleed for a week. It's not a period, it's a withdrawal bleed. You're withdrawing from pregnancy hormones. And then after the week, boom, back on the pregnancy hormones. So your brain literally thinks you're pregnant 12 times a year if you're on the birth control pill.
Wow.
And when a woman goes on the pill, she experiences more than 150 physiological changes in her body, head to toe. I mean, her cornea will actually steepen and dehydrate. That's why women on the pill often say their contact lenses become less comfortable. It's actually changing the shape of your eye and dehydrating. I had read one journal of optometry, and it said that women on the birth control pill will actually blink 32% more often than those not on the pill. I said that at an assembly once, and some girls were like, look, that girl's on the pill. She's like, no, I'm not. Cut it out, guys. Stop looking at me. So you don't want to judge people on their blink rates, but I mean, it changes everything. I mean, your mood swings, weight gain, like all this stuff. And like, that's why I found women don't want to be on the pill, even for contraception. No woman wants to contracept. She might want to have sex without having babies, but she's never wanted to be at war with her own anatomy in order to accomplish that.
And just quickly, too, if you're on the pill and you experience those negative side effects, you're probably not in a place where you really want to have sex.
Yeah, no,
you feel bloated and gross. And
oh, no, I mean, the Depo-Provera shot is actually injected as a punishment into child molesters in the state of California now because it will decrease their desire for sex.
And are we giving this to women? I don't know much. I haven't kept up on it.
Oh, yeah. It's a birth control shot, but veterinarians don't give it to dogs. They said it's not safe for house pets. But they give it to women at Planned Parenthood.
Holy smokes. I remember you talked about, was it Johnson & Johnson being sued for something?
Oh, yeah. No, Johnson & Johnson, I mean, they're the ones behind Implanon, which is they're Ortho Evra, which is the birth control patch.
Okay.
It's killed more than 25 girls so far, but they're making like $1 billion a year off birth control sales. Johnson & Johnson is a mega player in the pharmaceutical industry, and they've had major lawsuits. But because the income they're getting from all the contraceptives, they can just pay off all these lawsuits and funerals and whatever they need to pay for. And that's one reason they don't really market the birth control that exists for guys, because they have male birth control pills, shots, implants, gels. They've invented all of them, and it works. But one reason they said they're...
Yeah, they've invented them for men and they work?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the birth control pill for men was invented the same time as women. But, you've heard Janet Smith say it involves some slight shrinkage of the testes for the guys. Like, no thanks for me. Like, several of the women died, so they just adjusted the dosage, kept testing on the women. Like, I remember what woman from Kenya, and I met her in Boston, and she told me, she said, I hate contraception, because she says, I remember a little girl, I grew up in a village in Africa, and the American pharmaceutical companies would come to my village, and they would give the women in my village shots, saying, these are vitamins that'll help you to have not too many kids. And, oh, okay, whatever. And then the women started dying and getting really sick, and our village chief thought there was a curse, and so he sent these women outside of the village so that they would die outside of the walls of the village, because we thought it was a curse. And then she realized we're being used as guinea pigs by the pharmaceutical industry, because they know that women in sub-Saharan Africa can't hire high-powered litigation attorneys to be able to sue the pants off the pharmaceutical companies, and we're being used as guinea pigs for the American pharmaceutical company, because it's illegal to do that to American
Where's the
women.
outrage about that?
Oh my goodness. And this has been going on for decades. I mean, just unreal stuff that's going on over there. And so, what I find, like all these lawsuits, all this stuff, like they said the pharmaceutical companies have the drugs and the pills and the shots for men, but they said one reason they won't do it, because men probably won't really take it, because that's, well, I can't get pregnant. It's your problem. You take the shots. But the second reason is men will be much more aggressive in litigation than women are.
Really?
So that the women have cancer and stuff like that from the birth control pill, they're not as aggressive in going after the companies. Whereas if a man starts doing all this stuff, he will be much more aggressive in suing them. So they said, to their shareholders and the profit, it's just not worth, putting this out for the guys when we have an effective one that women can take. But all of it exists for men.
Wow. I had no idea about this.
No, it's really good, I think, for women to learn this.